My name's John Barry, and I do what is called traction painting, which is on display right here. Traction painting is primarily using bicycles as paintbrushes, transforming bicycles into paintbrushes to put paint on canvas. Traction painting is a form of process or performance art in which the gestures, the kineticism, etc. are as important as what results. A paintbrush is controlled primarily with the wrist. Here I'm using my whole body because I'm pedaling, I'm leaning, I'm steering, I'm skidding. So it's a much more kinetic experience than a brush. My particular process is to place vats of paint on racks that I've built for the bikes, and then gravity takes the paint via these tubes to the two wheels. There's one in the back, and then there's one that goes to the front. Paint flows out onto the tires, goes around in both cases. Then as I ride the bike, paint is on the tires, it's making patterns. This, for example, this has mountain bike tires. You can see the stipple effect here. I also dispense paint through this bottle and funnel combination here. The contraption sways around, bounces up and down, which gives me some very interesting effects on the canvas. As you can see, I use the black in that funnel. I get blobs, I get relatively thin, thick lines, I get lines where the tires went through the paint, and I get these blotches every now and then at fairly random intervals. I can hang 4 bottles off of this rack right here. The bottles have holes punched in the bottom of them, and they sway. So when I'm riding the bike, the bottles are swaying, the paint is coming out and making filigree patterns all over the place. That's pretty much the state of traction painting as of right now. I came up with this concept initially by using rollerblades. I would put the rollerblades on, dip them in basins of paint, skate around on canvas and other surfaces, but the canvases were too small, the range of expression was too small, so I decided to change primarily into using bicycles, and I started actually doing this on asphalt on an abandoned road in Contra Costa County in California. Well, I'm doing this because I have no formal training in art. I started dabbling in the visual arts a few years ago, but I'm one of these people who can't draw a straight line. I can't do representational stuff. It doesn't interest me. And I found my mode of expression here by using bicycles and, to a lesser extent, roller skates to paint. This is my 4th one, and each one has gotten bigger and more complex, this being the biggest and the most complex. I am extremely pleased with this particular one, largely because I incorporated the mountain bike into the process. It gave me a very, very nice pattern as opposed to the straight pattern of the street bike. I get this incredible stipple effect. I learned that bicycles can be a form of artistic expression beyond just painting them or beading them or modifying them structurally. That a bicycle can actually be effectively a paintbrush in this case. Well, I hope traction painting will go to a point where I'm not doing it, that I'm actually directing others to do it. I would envision a phalanx of BMX bikers, for example, doing all kinds of acrobatics and patterns. So I want to get out of the picture and get people who are much better on the bicycle than I am. When I'm on this bike and the paint is flowing and I'm rolling and skidding and sometimes putting footprints down, I feel freer than I do when I'm just riding a bicycle because there's so much more going on. It's artistic freedom.